Hi, this is Apostle, Prophet, and Pastor Guy Gifford, and today I have a word for you that you probably have never heard in church, and if you had, it was very seldom, I assure you. I'm going to try to use my hands today, so don't get distracted by them. Waha. Okay, the word is dissipation. From the word dissipate, it means to scatter in various directions. Whoosh. To spend or use wastefully or extravagantly. To squander, deplete. To dissipate one's talents. To dissipate a fortune on high living. For instance, the sun shone and the mist dissipated. The battery was so old that its energy dissipated. It means to indulge in extravagant intemperance or dissolute pleasure. Dissipation, why is that word important? Well, the word is important because it's talked about in the Bible. Oh, here's a couple others on my list. A wasting, from the word dissipation, a wasting by misuse, the dissipation of a fortune. Mental distraction, amusement, diversion, dissolute way of living, especially excessive drinking of liquor, intemperance. In physics and mechanics, it's a process in which energy is used or lost without accomplishing useful work. Okay, it's important because it's talked about in the Bible. Okay, certainly dissolute living is, with other words there, but the Bible passages are as follows. Luke 21:34, which says, "Be on guard so that your hearts will not be weighted down with dissipation and drunkenness and the worries of life, and that day will not come on you suddenly like a trap." What day? Well, the end of your life, for one. Two, the second return of the Messiah, which is coming soon. The next one is Ephesians 5:18. "And do not get drunk with wine, for that is dissipation, but be filled with the Spirit." Titus 1:6. "Namely, if a man is above reproach, the husband of one wife, having children who believe, not accused of dissipation or rebellion." Okay? Your children should not be dissipating themselves. 1 Peter 4:4. "In all this, they are surprised that you do not run with them into the same excesses of dissipation, and they malign you." Wow. Okay, so why do I bring this up? I bring it up because it's not talked about in church hardly at all. In fact, in America today, sports is the pastime of so many people. Sports itself, if we involve ourselves in doing some of it for exercise, we're strengthening ourselves. We're not dissipating ourselves. But if we're sitting watching other people play sports, unless we're only doing it for the smallest amount that we need to relax, say a half an hour, whatever, then we're wasting our energy. We could be accomplishing something with this life that God has given us. Sports is a great dissipation. That we're not supposed to be involved watching sports, dissipating ourselves in that manner. If it's not benefiting to these things, it can be video games. Video games is another huge one that people in this generations are doing. Dissipating their lives by playing video games for hours and hours at a time. Does it accomplish anything at all? No. It's a complete dissipation. It's a complete amusement, mental distraction, misuse of time and energy. Other things can be the same way. A dissipation can be something like a woman who's really into crafts. If she's spending more than a little bit of relaxing time doing crafts, she is using up her energy for something else wastefully. Even if she's making sewing things and stuff, if it is wiser and faster to buy it and purchase it made at a factory someplace, then that's what it is. We are called to be stewards. God has called us to be His steward. We are God's steward of ourselves. We aren't supposed to be wasting ourselves. We aren't supposed to be depleting ourselves. We're supposed to be using that energy to benefit God's kingdom, to benefit our families, to benefit ourselves, not simply being a distraction, mental distraction, diversion, amusement. So your pastor probably has never brought this up, but that's why I'm bringing it up to you. So look up those Bible verses I gave you: Luke 21:34, Ephesians 5:18, Titus 1:6, 1 Peter 4:4. And don't be accused of dissipation. And don't allow your children to be accused of dissipation. Our job is to raise up our children to be godly men and women, not simply children. So think of them as adults in the making, not as children. God bless you and have a great day. If you liked my video, be sure to select like, as well as subscribe, and select notify to not miss future great videos.